So aloha everyone. Thank you guys for coming and viewing our presentations. Like Allison said, I'm Maisha. I'll be talking to you guys about my experience with digital evaluation for my organic farms. So just to talk a little bit about myself, I'm 24 years old. I graduated from the Mā'o program when I graduated from Waianae High School in 2009. I went into Mā'o and completed their 2.5-year program, and they helped me get an associate's degree in liberal arts at LCC. And I wanted to continue on with my education, so I went to West Oahu and went into the political science program. And I'm still kind of figuring out after what I'm going to do, like a master's. And I'm thinking urban and regional planning, like, because I've done a lot of work with people who are part of that program, so I got inspired to do that. Born and raised here in Hawaii, but my parents are actually from the mainland. My mom was born in New York, but she came to Hawaii in the 70s and stayed ever since. And we came into the Waianae community when I was 9 years old, so that's kind of like my background of how I came to Waianae. And yeah, sorry. Okay, so in my presentation, I'm just gonna, again, talk to you guys about my experiences about using digital storytelling as a tool for evaluation, and go into what digital evaluation is. I'll show you guys a couple of videos that I was able to produce and co-produce with Macaw Studio interns, and just conclude about why storytelling is important. Like, my whole start of evaluation started when I got into the Mā'o program, and through Mā'o I was able to get involved with a lot of different organizations and attended different conferences that were based around an indigenous model of storytelling. And I've got inspired by just learning from the stories of other people and how they conducted their conversations around storytelling. When I got the chance to do evaluation for Mā'o, I really wanted to take that indigenous model and put it within my work. That whole model of like how storytelling connects people to the past, the present, and the future, and pretty much motivates people to get to know a little bit about themselves. I wanted to kind of put that into my work as an evaluator. So what is digital evaluation? So like, in my definition of evaluation is it's kind of like a learning and a creating and sharing experience, but supported through technology, so like creating videos and stuff. And it allows that an individual or an organization to express an aspect of development. So a lot of the videos that I created for Mā'o is more from a personal narrative. So I created stories about the young people working at Mā'o farms to kind of like display the growth of them, the growth of the individual, and the growth of the program. So, and I use many different methods, such as videos, audio piece, graphic designing like word clouds, just to express the stories showed at Mā'o, and still photography and stuff. And yeah, this is just an example of like word cloud graphics, just to show some examples. So my first experience with being a digital evaluator started when I was at Sea Rider Productions. In a way, they pretty much taught me how to produce a story. So I started off as a reporter, and kind of for our news writing program at SP, and they pretty much branched me out to learning different other things, like how to work a camera and how to edit videos and stuff like that. So I pretty much learned my basic materials from SP. And then after I graduated, I went to Mā'o, and that's when I really got involved in different types of evaluation work. when we had the Kellogg's Foundation grant in 2010. I participated with Hawaiʻi Nui Akea, and we pretty much had conferences every year just to collaborate within a 3-year period about just working with different organizations across America and just working together and learning from each other's experiences and stuff. And just by being a part of those programs, I was able to travel to a lot of different places and get to network with other people, more so around like evaluation and creating videos. So I went to these different places and met different organizations. Like at Oakland, I met youth radio students. They're pretty much they're kind of like CRD Productions, but they do like a newscast. So like, yeah, just going to these different places, learning from different organizations, I was able to kind of like piece together my own vision of how to do evaluation for Ma'o. And then I did some freelance work where I produced things outside of Ma'o. So I worked with Hawaiʻi women in filmmaking. They do like these yearly girl camps, and I was able to help put together a documentary about the girls' experience in creating their own videos within their programs and stuff. My time with Ma'o was only for 2 years as their program evaluator, but my first year I got brought on to focus on the Kauhale Entrepreneur Initiative. It's basically a report that talks about like the growth of our social programming. So we worked with UH Manoa's Dolores Foley, who's the department chair of urban and regional planning. And we pretty much wanted to kind of like create a more digital evaluation. So that included creating videos, making a website, displaying the growth of the interns and the growth of the program. And so I had to work with a little team at MS. I kept bothering them for like the longest time in helping me try to create these videos. And they put it on me to kind of like figure out how to frame each video. And I really kind of came from a perspective where I really wanted to dig into the story of our interns. So a lot of our interns really express different storylines. Some of them have like, they show like that they're not like really struggling, but in a way like they show that they, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so I really wanted to get into our interns' background story, and a lot of the students had like, they expressed that they were having like hard times balancing school, work, and the program. And so I really wanted to reflect on what makes our students want to commit to the Ma'o program, what makes them stay long, and that became the main theme of my evaluation. And that came to this story that we did on Kana. Her whole story is about how, like, she was an intern that was kind of like struggling within the program, but because that was only because she had family problems, and so she kind of like was in a place where she didn't know how to balance work, school, and her social life. And so I started to create videos on that that issue with our interns. So this is Kana's story.
I graduated, me and Charnel, we both walked in the commencement ceremony, spring 2013. Then they offered me to work as a HILT intern. So I work on the farm and in the office as well. So I felt that would like help me lead into moving on to West Oahu, but yet it would like still keep me kind of comfortable, but it expands my skills. So I can do office work, admin kind of work, Also, I get like a closer look on the accounting side because I guess my career goal is to become an accountant. My goal was to always pursue a higher education. I see that education is really important. Put that side, oh, I was gonna say put that side of my stuff. When I was a wild tea slash sui and working just on the farm, like I felt that working only on the farm would make me physically tired and attending school would make me mentally tired. So at times it was difficult to like balance farm work and schoolwork, working on both ends because it made me so tired. And waking up early, going to sleep late, it really made me have to learn how to balance and keep organized so I got everything done on time. That was a struggle during some semesters. And also when my grandma had her open heart surgery recently, it kind of put a strain on my mood. It just made me worry. But I had my friends, my coworkers, my family. Like, they're my family away from my family, so they helped to make me smile. They just were my support system when I was at work, and it made coming to work that much more better because I knew I could rely on people to have my back no matter what. I'm gonna harvest some limes. I think the idea of growing is something constant in Kauhale. Like at Ma'o, we grow people, we grow food. At Makaha Studios, they grow producers, they grow filmers, they grow storytellers. And then like Sierra Digital or Sierra Productions, they grow their people in all kinds of different things, whether it's making stickers, making shirts. All sides of Kauhale is growing, and we're growing together, and it's like we're growing these relationships within each other. It just makes everything come as one. I think Kauhale is always a learning organization. So to me, Kauhale means a way out of this stereotype. It means a positive movement. It means family.
Yeah, that's an example of like how we did evaluation videos. We focused on a personal narrative of our students, and this video was produced with Mānoa Studio students, so the quality was really good compared to my work. But so yeah, she just reflected of a student who's graduated through college, and she's facing all these things within her community, within her family, but she still has the aspiration to continue forward. And so she's no longer with the Ma'o program, but she's still continuing her educational pathway. She's still attending West Oahu, and I believe she's planning on graduating December of this year. So it just shows like, it's like another aspect of the evaluation of what happens when our students leave the program. Do they continue on with school? Like, do they drop off? And so it just answers that question. So like when I try to do different types of videos, I try to kind of take on different aspects of what our students are facing within our community. So this next video that I'm gonna show, I kind of produced it, and I really kind of wanted to target on what is, I guess, like the background of our young men within our community. We just had I remember having a conversation with our coworkers at work, and we were talking about like the male's role within supporting our families, like that, I guess, like that talk about how our men isn't really stepping up in the household, and like, and I really wanted to kind of reflect that we do have some kane that are like stepping up within the family, that they're trying to do something to grow their families, or trying to grow their own personal lifestyle. And so I found Isaiah, who was also an intern in Ma'o, and his story is pretty much that he became a father at a young age in high school as a sophomore, and you know, he saw like he was becoming a father, and he felt like, oh, I really need to step up for my family, and I really need to start providing for them by doing anything possible to grow his family. And so he saw the Ma'o program as an opportunity for him to be successful in his educational pathway. And so this is his story, and others, and he has like a friend in there who talks about like how he's helped him through his schooling. And so yeah, this is Isaiah Ile.
Hello, my name is Isaiah, cohort 7, and I'm studying kinesiology. Two of the main people that helped me out, that that was pushing me throughout school when I wasn't feeling like doing work or studying, was Juan Gonzalez and Braden Garcia. They'd always call me every day, or the other way around, I'd call them, and it just really helped out having them push me through the semester and me push them.
Me and Isaiah met summer of '08. We're both 8th graders going to become freshmen. We're on the football field, and we're just two knucklehead kids, just all about sports and just want to impress everybody. That's how we met. Though me and Isaiah were friends for a long time, I never really got to know him until we got to this Mount Farms in college. And I was always a guy, because I always had the brains, I just always like did just enough to pass. But then even at work, I would do just enough to get the job done. But just hanging out with him over time, it just made me realize how I can give more, and I should give more. I could always push myself to my limit. He has that aura, the presence of this, you just want to give the best every time you're around. Yeah, because like at first I never want to step out of my comfort zone, but Isaiah's like the guy we're like friends, we always want to compete, see who's better, so I'm not going to let him outdo me, so I always got to try, just put myself out there like how he did, and then just seeing how his work ethic is and how he's able to organize everything in his life, and after all he's been through in life, it's pretty inspiring and amazing. And Isaiah's a cool guy, and he puts everything, he got into everything, and that's a big part of why he's successful.
Some of the people in my family that really motivate me is the people that I lost recently. Is my cousin that was like a brother to me. He passed away. His life was taken early, and I try to live my life to make him proud and do great things so I can keep his legacy going, because he was a great guy. And my grandma and my papa, they both passed away last year, so I just want them to look down on me, and I want to make them proud. So thinking of the future for my family, that's what really motivates me. Is I don't want to be doing stupid stuff that really won't benefit my family or the future for my family. My main motivation in my family is my daughter. I just want to do the best things so she can have a great life, and she can look up to me as a great father. For me to balance work, school, and taking care of my daughter is easy because I'm really motivated, and something that I think could really help out interns when they first come to Ma'o is to realize why they're here, to have their goal right from the beginning and what they want to do with their life. Sometimes you don't know what you want to do with your life, but you know you want something great, and you got to do what it takes to succeed. A lot of people, they fail from the start because right from the beginning they just want to party and enjoy college, but that's not really what college is about. College is about furthering your education and getting ready to have a better life for yourself.
What's important about his story is that he like even though he's gone through many losses in his life, he was still focusing on trying to be that role model for his daughter and for his family. And so I felt that his story was strongly important, kind of like reflecting what I try to do for our students when I'm trying to do stories on them, is just to focus on their story and show that their stories are important to pass on to other people. And so, yeah. What I feel is important about doing digital evaluation for basing videos on our young people is that really just stressing how resilient our students can be, and how just being a part of the program, helping them be successful in many different ways is a really important thing. And I guess, like, in a way, it's important to pass this on to our community members and for people to kind of view and be a part of, like, their stories, and just to reflect on their own kind of thing. And yeah, like, that's the end of my presentation.